Hey everyone, welcome back to another video. So Candace Owens has gone on Piers Morgan Uncensored once again. And as Candace Owens seems to do nowadays, she seems to pick on certain people that are currently trending and goes after them and usually involves quite a few lies. And I know there's a lot of people that love Candace Owens. And every time I criticize Candace Owens and what she said, they go after me. But this in particular is rather interesting because Candace Owens says something on Piers Morgan that you guys all need to know. She's not a fan of Elon Musk. She's not a fan of what Elon Musk is about. She's not a fan of, she thinks that he's transhumanistic. Now, I interviewed somebody that wrote a book about transhumanism, and it's quite interesting nonetheless to know about that in the future end game of transhumanism and the transhumanistic ideals. But she's saying that that's exactly what Elon Musk is, and she doesn't trust him. She doesn't know his end game, especially when Elon Musk wants to put chips in people's brains to help them, and he's actually done some good things with that. Will I personally put a chip in my brain? No. I'm okay with not having a chip in my brain. But if someone wants to have a chip in their brain, let's say if they're not able to feel their legs and that chip enables them to feel their legs, I don't personally think that's the mark of the beast. I think that is just a very different thing. We'd know if it was the end times. Let's just go along with that, right? But I don't believe for 1 second that Elon Musk is the Antichrist or whatever else. But Candace Owens doesn't seem to trust him. She wasn't a fan of him buying Twitter. And she's saying all this on Piers Morgan Uncensored. So guaranteed that Elon Musk is going to see this because it's going to go viral, no doubt about that, which last time I checked, this was. You going after a billionaire and saying things that aren't necessarily, well, I think flattering or great in, let's just say you're not grateful that he's given you a platform where you can speak your hateful rhetoric most of the time and you can go after people. Like, you're not happy about that. And anyway, so this conversation took place because Candace Owens and Michaela Peterson had it out. They somewhat had a discussion because Candace Owens decided to attack Michaela Peterson and Jordan Peterson not that long ago, which is another video for another time. Believe you me, we'll get into that. So let's have a watch of what Candace Owens says about Elon Musk, shall we?
Was never keen on him essentially buying a seat at the table, which is what he's done, because we don't know what Elon Musk believes. You know, I am a Christian conservative. Elon Musk, of course, is going to be at odds with me and my beliefs because he wants to put brain chips in people's minds. He wants to go to Mars. You know, these things conflict with me theologically. You know, I think he's a transhumanist. What are his perspectives on marriage? He's had how many different women? I think he has up to 13 different children. What is Elon Musk's endgame? And we have not seen people interview him fairly. They're either incredibly hostile to him, like you saw with Don Lemon, or they're too friendly to him, and which they just see him as a superhero. And I would actually like to see someone sit down and flesh out what Elon Musk actually believes. What is his goal? What is he trying to contribute? Because I don't think you can say that you are a conservative if you are not ultimately trying to conserve the nuclear family unit. And I don't think that he's trying to do any of those things. And so we're now seeing that, okay, maybe this is about AI for him. Maybe this is about data collection for him. Maybe this is about him wanting to be the first person and getting a leg into federal governments so that he can do things that are on a larger scale in terms of artificial intelligence. I don't know the answer to that. And not knowing the answer to that made me uncomfortable when people did what we always speak against, which is essentially turn him into a celebrity, that worship him like he's Taylor Swift, and think that because he's got tons of money and bought X, that he's now suddenly allowed to direct us on politics. I just am not into celebrity worship culture.
Candace Owens saying that she's a conservative Christian woman. That, to me, is rather interesting because her viewpoints on men, first and foremost, and her other viewpoints on Israel, another topic of conversation for another time. But for me, at least, what I've heard Candace Owens say doesn't necessarily strike me as a total conservative Christian woman. She may take offense to that. Who knows, from not being called a conservative woman. I don't know how many of you still think that she's a conservative woman. I don't know, but I have seen a lot recently, and listen to a lot of stuff that makes me wonder. It makes me think about her statement right there. And yes, she's at odds with Elon Musk. She's like, I wasn't in favor of him buying a seat at the table. He didn't buy himself a seat at the table at all. He only bought Twitter to end the woke mind virus. So you're not happy about that? And give us all freedom of speech. Yes, he's friends with Trump now. Yes, Elon wanted democracy to reign supreme. So you're saying, I don't know what he believes in. Yet he's been very vocal about what he believes in. Have you seen his X account? Have you seen what he's posted? Yes, he wants to go to Mars. Yes, he wants to put Neuralink in people's brains, which would help. The first person I saw that has used Neuralink, it's a marvelous achievement. Would I do that for myself? No, but it seems to have helped and given that guy that was not going through life very well, let's say, it's given him a new life, essentially. He's got a new found reason to smile. I don't think that that's necessarily wrong, so to speak. Now, did I ever think that that would happen? No, but same thing with people going to the moon and going to Mars. I don't think Candace Owens thinks people go to the moon either. So there's that whoop-de. Yeah. It's, mate, you can go into lots of different rabbit holes with Candace Owens and what she believes. And sometimes I don't even know what she believes in either. She says that she's a conservative Christian woman, but how she behaves, how she acts, and what she says sometimes to me doesn't really align with her saying that she's a conservative Christian woman. Like the Bible even says, by their fruits, ye shall know them. So just by saying Christ is King, Jesus is Lord, and all that sort of stuff, all good and well, you can say you're a conservative Christian, doesn't necessarily mean that I believe it. Just saying. What is Elon Musk's endgame? And she's like, we haven't seen people interview him fairly. They've tried, and they just go in attacking him. So are you saying, Candace, that you would give Elon Musk a fair go? You give him a fair interview? I think Elon Musk would destroy you in an interview. He's way too smart for you, mate. Just saying. Now, you're going, what is Elon Musk's endgame? What do you mean by that? Like, he's going to Mars, Neuralink, Tesla. He's got all these businesses. Some people don't really trust him, like Candace Owens. Why not? Like, to me, I've seen him do lots of good. And in the comment of her going, I don't know what his views are on marriage. Well, his views on having lots of kids and repopulating the earth. Yeah, that's a good thing. We need population increase because we're currently in population decline. Now, am I in favor of his not getting married stance? No, I'm not. But he tried that. Didn't work for him. So it's his choice at the end of the day, right? He's not a conservative, as you can probably tell. What's his end game? End the woke mind virus being one, bring about democracy and stability, bring about this, newfound government, which is a good thing. I don't think Trump would have put him in that position with Vivek Ramaswamy if he didn't trust him. Now, this is just me doing a little bit of thinking on the fly, let's say, about what I've seen with Elon Musk. So Candace Owens saying this sort of stuff, she's picking the wrong fight. Not a good idea. She said a lot there in just a short space of time, right? She's saying that people are treating him like a celebrity culture. Well, get this, Candace. People are trying to treat you like you're a celebrity, yet you go after people that are actually in favor of what Elon is doing, which has happened to be good. So I'm like, I know from what I've seen, and what I've seen at the moment with Elon Musk, it seems to be good. And what I've seen with Candace Owens recently is the total opposite of that. And what she's saying, we haven't seen an interview that has been somewhat in the middle. They've either been too friendly for him or they've been totally against him. And my thoughts on that is, why don't you interview him and see how you go? See how you go. Because I've listened to his Lex Fridman podcast, his Joe Rogan podcast. I don't think you've done that. And you're saying that he didn't get a fair interview with Joe Rogan or a fair conversation with Lex Fridman, for example. You need to do a little bit more research, Candace, before you just say this stuff on the fly to Piers Morgan's million followers. And you notice how Piers Morgan didn't even interject, didn't even say anything to stop her. And you saw Michaela Peterson just crossing her arms for the entire length of her so-called short little monologue, attacking Elon Musk. Michaela probably knew this ain't a good idea. You're putting your foot in it once again. Don't go after Elon Musk in the way that you're going after, or do, and reap the consequences. It's your choice. Like, am I defending Elon Musk here? No, I'm not. I'm just pointing out the facts and the truth. Like, she can't even see it. And she's supposed to have a team of people around her that show her evidence. What's Elon Musk's endgame? I don't know. Is it AI? Oh, what are we going to do if it is AI? You know, all that sort of stuff. I'm like, you're losing it, Candace. You're losing it. There was a point where you were fantastic. Now I just see you're going off the fly, and all credit to you. Go off the fly all you want. Like, we live in a free country, and thanks to Elon Musk, we can actually say what we want on X to a certain extent, right? So you should be thankful. Not going, oh, what's his end game? I don't know what he believes in. I don't agree with his stance on marriage, because in order for us to be a conservative, we've got to defend the nuclear family, to conserve the nuclear family. Candace, I don't think that's what conservatism is. I think it's a little bit more than that, than just to conserve the nuclear family. Conservatism, in a nutshell, is more than just a family unit. It's a set of beliefs and ideals that have come across from Christianity, right? But I think you're missing that. It's not just to conserve the nuclear family. Yes, that is important. Yes, I'm in total agreement of that. But there's more to being a conservative, which you've just created your own opinion of what conservatism is. And no one else can be a conservative, according to you, if they don't want to conserve the nuclear family. How about that, right? Anyway, that's enough from me. I'm just ranting and raving at the moment because I'm sick of this. I really am. It's just like, stop and think for a minute before you talk. It may help. Just saying. Anyway, you guys take care. You be blessed, and I'll see you all in the next video.